Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're keeping an eye on the NFC West lately, you've probably heard some whispers, some rumors, and maybe even some bold predictions about what's coming next in this fiercely competitive division. But trust me, what's happening right now could be one of the most seismic shifts we've seen in recent NFL history, especially when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers and their quest for yet another Super Bowl appearance. And no, I'm not just talking about their on-field performance, which, by the way, has been nothing short of impressive, but about the moves and strategies brewing behind the scenes that could redefine the landscape of the division and perhaps the entire NFC. Let's start with a little context. The 49ers, as we all know, have been a powerhouse over the past few seasons. Their roster, coaching, and overall team chemistry have led them to a 5-2 record so far in the current season, and honestly, they've looked like one of the most complete teams in the league. Their defense, led by some of the best players in the NFL, continues to be a force, especially after overcoming significant injuries like those to Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Their offense, although temporarily slowed down by injuries to key receivers, like Brandon Ayuk, who's been in the IR, and John Jennings, whose knee is still questionable, still impresses with its potent red zone efficiency and rushing attack. But today, what's intriguing isn't just what's happening on the field, but what could be happening off it, and how the 49ers are positioning themselves for the future. Now, shifting gears to some major news that's been making waves around the NFL. According to reports from NFL.com, there's a fascinating rumor circulating about the New York Giants, a team in the midst of a rebuild after a tough 2-5 start. The Giants are reportedly exploring a bold trade involving quarterback Russell Wilson. Yes, Russell Wilson, the seasoned veteran, the Pro Bowler, the guy who's been a staple in the league for over a decade, might be heading to the Giants in exchange for a 4th-round pick in the 2026 draft and Adrian Martinez, the young quarterback with a lot of potential but still unproven at the NFL level. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would the Giants want to bring in Wilson, especially when they are clearly focusing on a rebuild and tanking for a top draft pick? Well, the idea is that Wilson, at 36 years old, still has a lot to offer, especially in terms of veteran leadership and stability, which could be exactly what the Giants need to develop their young core. Wilson's career, as many of you know, has been nothing short of remarkable. Over his career, he's thrown for over 0 yards and 338 touchdowns, making him one of the most productive quarterbacks of his era. Yes, injuries in 2025, including a shoulder injury that limited his snaps to just 84%, have slowed him down a bit, but his resilience is undeniable. He's a guy who's been to 9 Pro Bowls, who's shown he can perform under pressure, and who has a proven track record of elevating teams. His stats this season reflect some of his usual brilliance, completing 61.8% of his passes for 312 yards with 9 touchdowns and just 5 interceptions. His deep accuracy, which has always been a strong point, remains top 8 in the league, and his overall efficiency, reflected by a PFF grade of 89.2, points to a quarterback still capable of making big plays when needed. But the Giants are cautious. Their current quarterback, Daniel Jones, has struggled with efficiency. His EPA per pass sits at -0.9, so they're looking for options, even if it means parting ways with their mentor, Wilson. It's all about the long-term vision for them, a focus on rebuilding and securing a top draft pick, possibly even selecting a franchise quarterback in this year's draft. The Giants' front office is betting on the idea that a veteran like Wilson could help stabilize the team in the short term while they develop their younger players. On the flip side, the 49ers are watching this closely, but they're also focused on their immediate needs. Their backup quarterback situation has been a topic of discussion, especially after Brock Purdy's turf toe injury. And it's not just about filling a spot, it's about elevating their entire quarterback room. Right now, the team has been eyeing Joshua Dobbs, who's been playing well and boasts a PFF grade of 84. Dobbs could serve as a reliable backup, providing stability and experience without disrupting the chemistry the team has built. The 49ers are also projecting a significant boost, an estimated plus 12% increase in offensive DVOA, which is a huge number, especially considering how efficient their offense already is. Their red zone touchdown rate, for example, is currently at 56%, but with Dobbs, they're projecting to push that up to 68%. That's a game changer, especially in tight matchups. And let's not forget the importance of the rushing game, which averages 118 yards per game, adding another layer of unpredictability for defenses. In this context, the 49ers strategy goes beyond just finding a backup. They're aiming to create mismatches, especially with key receivers like Ayuk and Jennings, who, even with their injury concerns, have been instrumental in stretching defenses. With Jennings' knee question mark and Ayuk on IR, the team has had to shuffle their targets, but that opens doors for other players, and the increased yards after catch, YAC, potential is a major factor. Plus, the depth at receiver and the ability to rotate players effectively gives the 49ers that flexibility to adapt mid-game and exploit defensive weaknesses. Now, when we talk about the 49ers' defense, the picture gets even more interesting. The team, after losing Bosa to an ACL tear and Warner with a shoulder injury, has had to rely on its collective resilience and strategic adjustments. Despite those setbacks, the defense remains one of the league's best, ranking in the top 5 in many categories. The synergy between the defensive front and the secondary has been pivotal, especially in high-pressure situations. This defensive prowess has been key in maintaining their winning record and keeping them in the Super Bowl conversation. In fact, the odds for the 49ers to win the Super Bowl have shifted from plus 600 to plus 400, reflecting the renewed confidence in their ability to make a deep playoff run. They're now seen as one of the top contenders, especially with the added depth and experience they're aiming to bring in through potential trades or strategic moves. This brings us to the big picture, how all these pieces fit into the grand puzzle of the 2024 NFL season. The 49ers are clearly in a window of opportunity, and their front office seems to understand that better than anyone. They're not just patching holes, they're building a team designed to contend now and sustain success in the future. The move to add a veteran like Wilson, or even explore other options like Dobbs, shows they're thinking ahead, trying to balance immediate competitiveness with long-term stability. Given the history of the franchise with legends like Montana and Steve Young, it's no surprise that they're aiming to forge another era of greatness, an era rooted in resilience, strategic brilliance, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. And let's not forget, the NFL is unpredictable. The weather, injuries, game day execution, all these factors can turn the tide in an instant. Imagine a rainy Sunday night, the ball slippery, the defense is ferocious, and a veteran quarterback stepping up. Those moments define seasons. The 49ers have always thrived in such conditions, and with the right moves, they're positioning themselves to capitalize on every opportunity that comes their way. The NFC West, once a fiercely competitive division, could see a shift that leaves rivals scrambling for solutions. The Seahawks have their own battles, the Rams are rebuilding, and the Cardinals are still in flux. But the 49ers, they're eyeing the prize, and every strategic decision they make now could be the difference between another Super Bowl appearance or an early playoff exit. So as we look ahead, it's clear that the road to the Super Bowl for the 49ers is paved with smart moves, resilience, and a deep understanding of what it takes to succeed at the highest level. Whether they end up with Wilson, Dobbs, or another quarterback, the message is the same. They're committed to staying competitive, to fighting for every yard, and to making sure that their legacy continues to grow. The team's current trajectory, combined with their strategic flexibility, suggests that they're not just chasing the trophy, they're building a dynasty. And that's what makes following the 49ers so exciting right now. Every game, every decision, every play is part of a larger story, one of resilience, ambition, and the unyielding pursuit of greatness. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe the team's strategy of exploring veteran options like Wilson is the right move? Or do you think they should stick with what they have and develop their young talent? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion means so much to us and to the team. Every perspective helps shape the conversation around this incredible franchise. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more of everything you love about the San Francisco 49ers. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep this fire burning. Thanks for being part of this journey with us. Until next time, go Niners.